Hello, Mark Sabatella here. In this video, I want to talk about the question, what comes before 5? Now, the simple naive answer to that is 4. 4 comes before 5, right? That would be the answer even if I weren't talking about music. But when I am talking about music, that's actually not such a bad answer either. So in particular, if you know that when I say 5, I mean the 5 chord, and in particular maybe a dominant 7th chord, like 5 going to 1, and I was asking, well, what might come before that 5 chord? 4 is actually a very good answer. 4 to 5, or 5-7, to 1. That would be a lovely answer. But is it the only answer? No, there's many other chords that can come before 5. And I don't just mean random chords that someone could come up with. I mean actual chords that are used pretty commonly and have sound theoretical basis. So without explaining them all, I cover that in my harmony course, I just want to give you a rundown of some of these. So one other alternative is to have the 1 chord before that 5, but in particular the 1 chord in second inversion. Right? That is one pretty typical chord progression. Another one is just to have another 5 chord, and since I'm using this melody, that's going to be my melody for all of these, I need to make that 5 chord have a 4th in it, right? My 5 chord has basically a suspension, G7 sus to G7 to C. To be a technical suspension, that C should be left over from the previous chord, but we'll hope that that's the case. Another possibility is one that'll be familiar to all jazz musicians, and that's 2 to 5 to 1. Now these are just diatonic choices here, but once we enter the realm of non-diatonic chords, we have some more options. There's a secondary dominant 2, otherwise notated as 5 of 5. Or we could have a secondary diminished chord. We can also have a borrowed chord. We can have the 4 chord, the minor 4 chord that I so often talk about, and I think about it usually going directly to 1, but it can absolutely go to 5 also. And finally, as far as this goes, we have the idea of the augmented 6th chord, which in chord symbol terms would be a flat 6 dominant chord, A flat 7 in this case. So those are, that's 8 different chords that could possibly come before 5. So if I ask you what comes before 5, now you've got a whole bunch of different possible answers that you could give me that would all be right.